The Princess Bride by S. Morgenstern. Chapter 1. Once upon a time, there was a fair maiden named Buttercup. She was raised on a small farm in the country of Florida and was one of the most beautiful girls in all the land. Her favorite pastime was tormenting the farm boy who worked on the farm. His name was Wesley, but she never called him that. Nothing gave Buttercup as much pleasure as ordering Wesley around.
Oh boy, polish my horse's saddle. I want to see my face shining in it by morning.
As you wish.
As you wish was all he ever said to her.
Phone boy, fill this with water, please.
As you wish.
That day, she was amazed to discover that when he was saying, "as you wish," what he meant was, "I love you."
Phone boy, he sat on this table.
As you wish.
When Wesley and Buttercup revealed their love for each other, Wesley proposed marriage and Buttercup accepted. Wesley did not have enough money to marry, so he left to seek his fortune. 3 weeks later, Buttercup received a letter telling her that her beloved Wesley was killed by the dread pirate robbers. Now Wesley was the only man in Florida who wanted to marry Buttercup. Her beauty had impressed Prince Humperdinck himself. Even though Buttercup thought Wesley was dead, she still waited 5 years before feeling forced to agree to marry the prince. Her engagement gave her the freedom to ride across the royal lands of Florida. And that is where she met 3 travelers: the Sicilian Vicini, the giant Fezzik, and the swordsman, Inigo Montoya.
Excuse me, where is the nearest town?
Not for a couple miles.
Then no one will hear you scream.
Oh no.
The 3 kidnap the fair Buttercup, take her on board a boat, and head for the open sea.
What is that you're ripping?
It's the uniform of an army officer of Gilder,
Who's guilty?
the country across the sea, the sworn Indian Florida. When this reaches shore, the prince will suspect the Gildarians have stolen his love, and when he finds her body dead on the Gildorian shore, his suspicions will be totally confirmed.
You never say anything about killing anyone.
I hire you to start a war. That is a prestigious line of work with a long and glorious tradition.
I just don't think it's right, killing an innocent girl.
Am I going mad, or did the word think just escape your lips? You were not hired for your brains, you hippopotamic landmass.
I agree with that.
Oh, the sot has spoken. What happens to her is truly no concern of yours. I will kill her, and remember this, never forget this. When I found you, you were so slobbery and drunk you couldn't buy brandy. And you, friendless, homeless, hopeless, do you mean to send you back to where you were, unemployed in Greenland?
That means it.
Fuss. I think he likes to scream at us.
Probably means no harm.
He's really very short on charm.
Oh, you're pretty good for a ride.
Yes, some of the time.
Enough of that.
That's it. Are there rocks in him?
If there are, we'll all be dead.
No more rhymes now, I mean it.
Anybody want a peanut?
Suddenly, everyone on the boat sees that another ship pursues them.
Inconceivable.
After several hours of desperate sailing, they manage to reach the cliffs of Insanity just ahead of the other boat. But when they are scaling the cliffs, they see a man, all dressed in black, jump to shore and follow them up the very rope they were climbing.
Inconceivable.
Once at the top of the cliffs, Vicini takes Buttercup and Fezzik, leaving his master swordsman to dispatch of the man in black.
I don't mean to pry, but you don't have any chance to have 6 fingers on your right hand?
You always begin your conversations this way?
My father was killed by a 6-figure man, and when I find him, I'll say, "Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die."
Well, I certainly hope you find him someday.
So you ready then?
Whether I am or not, you have been more than fair.
You seem a decent fellow. I hate to kill you.
You seem a decent fellow. I hate to die.
You good? You're amazing.
I'm hard to come from.
I admit it, you're better than me.
So why are you smiling?
Because I know something you don't know.
What's that?
I'm not left-handed.
You're amazing.
I ought to be after 20 years.
There's something I want to tell you.
So,
I'm not left-handed either. Well, who are you? No one of consequence.
I must know.
Get used to disappointment.
Kill me quickly.
I would soon destroy a stained glass window as an artist like yourself. But since I can't have you follow me either.
Holding a spyglass, Bassini watches the battle and sees the man in black defeat his mighty swordsman.
Inconceivable.
So he goes on with Buttercup, leaving Fezzik to crush the cursed pursuer. The man in black follows their trail, and suddenly a boulder crashes in front of him.
I did that on purpose. I didn't have to miss.
I believe you. So what happens now?
We face each other as God intended. Sportsmanlike.
You mean you put down your rock, and I put down my sword? We try to kill each other like civilized people?
I could kill you now.
Frankly, I think the odds of hand fighting are in your favor.
It's not my fault being the biggest and the strongest. I don't even exercise.
You just fiddling around with me or what?
I just like for you to feel you're doing well. I hate for people to die embarrassed. You're quick.
And it's good too.
I just figured out why you gave me so much trouble.
Why is that?
You see, I've been specializing in groups, battling gangs for local charities, that kind of thing.
Why does that make such a difference?
You see, you use different moves when you have to worry about half a dozen people.
I do not envy the headache you will have when you awake. But in the meantime, sleep well and dream of large women.
Bassini again spies the battle and cannot believe that his giant has been defeated.
Inconceivable.
While Wesley again follows the trail of Buttercup, Prince Humperdinck and his second-in-command, Count Rugen, arrive at the scene of the great sword fight.
There was a mighty duel without range all over. They were both masters.
Who won? How did it end?
The loser ran off alone. The winner followed those footprints that were gilded.
Should I track them both?
The loser is nothing. Only the princess matters. Clearly this was all planned by the warriors of Gilded. So we must be ready for whatever lies ahead.
Couldn't this be a trap?
I always think everything could be a trap, which is why I'm still alive.
Wesley finally catches up to Bassini and Buttercup. He finds that Bassini has been waiting for him, with a knife to Buttercup's throat and 2 goblets set before him.
So it's down to you, and it's down to me. If you wish her dead, by all means, keep moving forward.
Let me explain.
There's nothing to explain. You're trying to kidnap what I've rightfully stolen.
Perhaps an arrangement can be reached.
There will be no arrangement. I'm no match for you physically, and you're no match for my brains.
Well, if there can't be no arrangement, then we're at impasse.
It seems so. I'm no match for you physically, and still you are no match for my brains.
You're that smart.
Let me put it this way. Ever hear of Aristotle, Socrates, Plato?
Yes?
Morons.
Really? In that case, I challenge you to a battle of wits.
To the death? For the princess? I accept.
For the one. Inhale this, but do not touch.
I smell nothing.
What you do not smell is iocane powder. It is odorless, tasteless, dissolves instantly in liquid, and is among one of the more deadlier poisons known to man. Alright, where's the poison? The battle of wits has begun. It ends when you decide, you both drink, find out who is right and who is dead.
But it's so simple. All I have to do is divide what I know from you. Are you the kind of man who would put the poison in his own goblet or his enemy's? Now, a clever man will put the poison in his own goblet, because only a great fool will reach for what he's been given, so he can clearly not choose the one in front of you. However, you would know I'm not a great fool. You would count on it. So I can clearly not choose the one in front of me.
You're just stalling.
You'd like to think that. Now, you bested my giant, which means you're exceptionally strong. So you could have trusted your strength to save you by putting the poison in your own glass, so I can clearly not choose the one in front of you. But you also bested my Spaniard, which means you must have studied. And in studying, you must have learned that man is mortal, so you put the poison far away from yourself as possible, so I can clearly not choose the one in front of me.
You're trying to trick me into giving away something. it won't work.
But it has worked. You've given everything away. I know where the poison is.
And you made your decision?
Yes, and I choose. What in the world could that be?
What? Where? I don't see anything.
Oh, could have sworn I saw something.
Why are you smiling?
Oh, it's nothing. I'll tell you in a minute. First you drink. You from your glass and me from mine.
You guessed wrong.
You only think I guessed wrong. That's what's so funny. I switched the glasses when your back was turned. You've fallen victim to one of the greatest blunders. First is never go against Asia in a land war, but only slightly less known is this. Never go against a Sicilian when death is on the line.
Once Wesley had defeated Vizzini,
Inconceivable.
he frees Buttercup from her bonds, takes off her blindfold, and removes his own mask, revealing himself to be Wesley, her true love. They embrace and rejoice. Their celebration is cut short when they see that they are pursued by the prince and the count. They attempt to escape by dashing into the fire swamp. What they do not know is that the fire swamp is a circle, and Humperdinck and Rugen have only to wait for them to exit on the other side.
Surrender. Ah, you wish to surrender? Very well, I accept.
I give you 4 months for bravery. Don't make yourself a fool.
Ah, but how will you capture us? We know the ways of the fire swamp. We can live there happily for quite some time. So when you feel like dying, feel free to visit.
I tell you once again, surrender.
It will not happen.
The last time, surrender.
Death first.
We promise not to hurt this man.
What was that?
If we surrender, I will promise to return with you. Will you promise not to hurt this man?
May I live 1,000 years and never hurt again.
He's a sailor on the Pirates of Revenge. Promise to return him to his ship.
I swear it will be done.
That's for the sight. Take it back to Florida. Prove him put in despair. That's where we'll be now.
I thought you had that once and almost destroyed me. I couldn't bear to be dead again. Nothing I can save you.
Come, sir. We'll get to your ship.
Please, we are men of action. Why do not deceive us?
What's looking, sir? What is it?
I notice you have 6 fingers on your right hand. Someone was looking for you.
Rugen takes Wesley to the pit of despair. Back at the castle, Buttercup confronts the prince.
It comes to this. I love Wesley. I know I always have, now I know I always will. If you tell me I'm going to marry you in 10 days, please believe it. I'll be dead by morning.
I can never cause your grief. Consider our wedding off. We return this Wesley's ship. Then we'll simply alert, but beloved, are you certain that he still wants you? After all, it was you who did the leaving in the fire swamp, not to mention that pirates are not meant to be men of their words.
My Wesley will always come for me.
I suggest a deal. You make 4 copies of a letter, and I'll send my 4 fastest ships, 1 in each direction. The dread pirate Roberts is always through Florida this time of year. We'll deliver your message. If Wesley wants you, then bless you both. If not, then please consider me as an alternative to a suicide. Are we agreed?
Meanwhile, in the pit of despair, Rugen uses a torture device so evil that it is only known as the machine. Now the machine inflicts pain on a scale of 1 to 50. Rugen starts at number 1, and even on that low setting, the pain is almost more than Wesley can bear. After several weeks, Buttercup realizes she has been tricked by the prince.
You never said the shit. Don't bother lying. Doesn't matter anyway. Wesley will come for me.
You're a silly girl.
Yes, I am a silly girl, but now realizing sooner, you're nothing but a coward with a hopeful fear.
I would not say such a thing if I were you.
Why not? You can't hurt me. Wesley and I are joined by the bonds of love. You cannot track another 1,000 bloodhounds. You cannot break back another 1,000 swords. And the only reason I say that you're a coward is because you're the slimiest weak thing ever to call me up.
I would not say such a thing if I were you.
Humperdinck rushes to the pit of despair, where Rugen now has the machine all the way up to 24 on the pain scale.
You two love each other, so you might have been truly happy. Not one man in a century has that chance, no matter what the storybook says. So no man in history will suffer as greatly as you will.
Not to 50.